Ladies and gentlemen, hello flight simmers, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Sim, and welcome back to the Fenix. But we have been delivered an update for the Fenix, and this one brings to us the Sharklets, which is very cool in many ways. It might seem like no biggie at all, but I find this update to be quite cool, and the reason is not only that we do get the updates, the Sharklets, of course, but also because now they have implemented a different fuel tank option, which the A321 can sport. So operators can choose between no additional center fuel tank, one or two additional center fuel tanks. And this is quite interesting because it allows us to go on very different routings compared to just the standard version of the A321. Now the thing is, I find it quite hard to figure out which operator uses which kind of fuel tank config. I do know that I think especially the US carriers flying the A321 between or from coast to coast on these like 6-hour flights, they typically have the two additional center tanks installed. For all the other operators, I'm really not sure. So I put this as a question to all the pros among you. If you have any knowledge in that regard, like which operator has which fuel tank option, or if you have any sort of website where this can be looked up or so, I would be very, very curious to find out more about that stuff. But yeah, for today, I mean, it does not really make a difference since we're only having a 2-hour flight today from Rome Fiumicino to Warsaw. They had a big VATSIM event in Warsaw yesterday, which I unfortunately missed, but we do have VATSIM coverage here at Rome at the moment, and let's see, maybe we're lucky and get some ATC coverage into Warsaw later on. And yeah, it's a beautiful morning here in Rome, as you can see. Sunny weather. Oh, there's even a company A321, I think it is back there. So yeah, looking very much forward to this flight. Of course, also Fenix have implemented the different characteristics of these Sharklets. So first of all, it leads to roughly a 3% lower fuel burn compared to the wingtip fence version. And also, of course, it behaves a little bit different during the flare. The Sharklets, I believe, tend to be a little bit more floaty compared to the wingtip fences, which is of course something we will eventually find out later on during the landing. Right, that being said, I would say, yeah, so the sky chefs are leaving the scene. I do expect the passengers to come in any moment. Refueling is completed already, and so let's kick things off inside the flight deck. Right, so here we are. First of all, going into the MCDU. Init request. I just kicked off GSX exporting. I hope it works because I accidentally hit the wrong button early on. But I hope everything works now. Yeah, timing's incorrect because we're doing the morning flight, but I'm recording in the evening. So that's why it's a little bit off, but it should not be a big issue. I will actually use my second monitor for charts. It's a lot easier to handle. So let's pull up Navigraph quickly. And so VATSIM for Rome, departure 16 right, and that's because somewhere it's set, yeah, runway 25, which I often use for departures. Runway 2507 is closed due to work in progress. So that's why we are departing 16 right. The departures here in Rome typically have two components. So you have the initial departure, which I expect to be the XIPRI today, XIPRI 8 Bravo. And then there is a transition. Which one do we have? No, let's look it up in here. We're looking for the Oku. I've been on the wrong one anyway. No crew. So looking for the O crew. Okuno, I think it's called, from Xipri. So this is what I expect. Okuno 6 Alpha or 5 Romeo, depends. We will get either of those. Right. Yeah, that's that. I think for the arrival we can brief it later on. Nothing really to worry about. We can quickly check out the weather, maybe. Make sure that we're not running into any crazy weather. No, there's 6 knots of wind, 10 kilometers of visibility. Quite cold, 3 degrees. But other than that, good weather in Warsaw as well. Right. We are operating WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo. Now let's see. We have costing us 54 and we kick off 340. I think they might be putting us to an odd flight level during the cruise, which makes more sense in my head, but we will see. Right, getting in contact. We could use pre-departure clearance, but oh, submit your target off block time. Ah, that's something we need to do, I guess. Although it's not so busy, so not quite sure why they're doing this, but let's cooperate then. So right now, real world time is 17:49 UTC. Should we go 18? I think 10 minutes for boarding should be enough. 1800 target off block time, that's in 11 minutes from now. Right, and then we can also do pre-departure clearance. Yeah, let's do it. It's not very often that we actually do it here in the Fenix, so let's do this today. ATC menu. No, that's not it. Haven't been here in a long time. ATC request pre-departure clearance. There we go. Right, going from Rome to Warsaw, flying WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo. ATIS ID is November. It's A321, station LIRF, gate 308. Let's kick this one out. Right, then we can also pre-select frequency, so with LIRF ground on 1219er. Still don't have a physical display to tune these frequencies. I really should get one. Right, let's see. We have messages or the low cheese pre-departure clearance. That seemed to work. That's good. Load sheets. Let's see, 69.5. Yeah, so we are far away from maximum operating weight. So zero fuel weight 69.5, and this is with 210 passengers on board today. So quite fully booked, but still far away from max zero fuel weight. And then takeoff weight just below 80 tons, 93.5 would be maximum. And yeah. So that's plenty of space there. Flight time 2 hours and 3 minutes. Alternate is Praha. Block fuel 10.7. Right. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we have the LIRF departure. 16 right, Xipri 8 Bravo on the Okuno 6 alpha transition, insert. Right, climb 4000 and squawking 5551. Report ready 118.7. That's tower actually. Okay. 118.7 then it is. Okay, so that's that for the arrival. Let's see, we have arrival runway 11 in use, ILS Yankee 11 is in use, and we have the locked in 5. Insert. Nice. Secondary, copy active, init, second init, block fuel 10.7. We have an alternate fuel of 2.5. And then we are just waiting for zero fuel at 69.5. This is what we expect, so let's do it like this. Cool. Init wind request. 4000 is set, VORs coming on. Constraints. Clearance confirmed. Sweet. Okay, so for the departure. So we fly runway heading, which is 159. We climb to 620 feet. No, sorry, correction. So for Romeo Foxtrot 601, we have a constraint of 620 or above with maximum 220 knots, where we will not be at this time, so this is okay. And then on to Xipri. 3000 above, we expect flight level 82 at this point in time, so that should be easy. And then debrief. Yeah, all the other constraints should not be an issue at all. Right, so that's okay, and then I believe, I'm just checking the black box airport information right now. Yeah, so it's NADP1 here at Roma, so that makes 1520 for thrust reduction, acceleration 320 or 3020, and engine out acceleration 1600, like that. Right, how is boarding progressing? 165 on board. Okay, so it will be like 3 more minutes. Alright, aircraft is loaded. Sweet. So we have a zero fuel at 69 point. Then we need to round up 69.6 and zero fuel weight, center of gravity 25.2. Like this. Then let's quickly kick on seatbelts and the APU. Right, 16 right, packs on, takeoff weight 80 tons. Do we go full length? Yeah, we expect full length. So that's flap 2 up 11. 1.1. 158, 66, 66. High speeds, really high speeds for departure. And flex temperature 53. Right. Very good. And now we are pretty much on time. Now it's 18:59 real time, and we report off block for 18 Zulu. So there's just 1 minute to go. That's perfect timing. Just not sure if we should really report to tower, since there is a ground frequency online. But if I recall, okay, it's no longer there. Find load sheet also here. Yeah, we don't have the clearance message any longer. Right, never mind. AP bleed is coming on. External power off. Need to run some checklists. Cockpit preparation. Gear pins and covers are removed. Fuel, we have 10.7 tons on board. Seatbelts are on.
Identified
ADRs are nav and
Roma,
nav, and bar reference is set 118 3 times. Very good.
Papa Victor India 264, running up and wait, runway 16 right.
I think it's a standard jetway, so I quickly need to go into here, ground services.
Papa Victor India 264, repeat please. Line up and wait, runway 16 right.
Disconnect the jetway. There we go.
I will line up and wait.
Beacons, and this should trigger the departure request with GSX. Right, I think I'm gonna try ground actually for taxi. I think it makes more sense.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Zero 3, press pushing start.
So this goes
Turkish 8,
on, mode Charlie is active.
Start is approved, facing north. Facing north, pushing start pro 5 kilo.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay, and then the before start checklist. Parking brake is set. Takeoff speeds and thruster inserted. Windows are closed. My side closed first officer side.
Ground, Italo 771 at
And
gate
the beacons
506,
are
request
on.
push and start.
Before start checklist is completed.
Parking brakes.
Theo McGround, good evening. WizzAir 8 uniform kilo stand 308 requesting push and start.
WizzAir 8 uniform echo push start is approved.
Push and start approved. WizzAir 8 uniform kilo. Right.
Commencing push.
Off we go then.
Engines clear. Start at wheel.
Ignition to start. And starting with number 1. Beautiful sight. Right, engine number 1 is available. Starting number 2.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Ground, hello, good evening. Sky Heaven 305 Whiskey, stand 610, request pushback.
To start the oxygen, put the mask over your nose and mouth.
Repeat consent only. It's Sky Heaven 305 Whiskey.
Unlocking gear.
305 Whiskey, push and start is approved.
Pass the test.
Push and start approved. Sky Heaven 305 Whiskey.
Adjust. Not
VZ399, request for taxi.
Alright, we have two good engine starts. Starter back to normal.
Request taxi to holding point runway 16 right.
APU bleed off.
Alitalia,
APU mask off.
standby,
Anti-ice
Wizzair
not required.
399er.
Auto brake max.
Taxi via
Flaps 2. Trim up
Golf Bravo Alpha.
101. We should actually set it by the
16 right.
center of gravity,
window blinds open.
which we can double check here. So
Taxi via
24.5.
Golf Bravo Alpha
And this lines up 24.5.
to holding point
Like this.
16 right. Alitalia 136.
Right. Control check.
VZ399, we request for
Left,
international takeoff for
full right,
Alpha Charlie.
Full up, full down, and rudder, full left, and full right.
Wizzair 399er Alpha Charlie,
That's
intersection is
all
copied.
set.
Do you confirm?
After
Did
start
you
checklist,
copy the
anti-ice not
taxi
required,
instruction?
cam status is checked, pitch trim is
Affirmative,
set, and rudder trim is neutral. Oh, spoilers, of course. There we go.
VZ 399.
And special greetings go out to Turkish 8 Kilo Romeo. In case you're watching this video, you probably know why. Okay guys,
Ready to copy Alitalia 1367.
it's just waiting for a gap in the ATC chatter here.
Standby, Condor 903.
Seems to be quite
contact
busy here today,
118.7.
but I don't think they have an event going on. It's just random that it's quite busy. WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo requesting taxi.
Wizzair 8 Uniform Kilo Taxi via Golf Bravo and Alpha, holding point Alpha Alpha, runway 16 right.
Taxi via Golf, Bravo and Alpha to holding point Alpha Alpha 16 right with error 8 Uniform Kilo. Right, let's go. Parking brake off.
Italo 771.
Let's move.
Itaro 771, I believe you copy clearance. Taxi, sorry.
Italo 771, ready to copy. Taxi.
Wizzair 8 Uniform Kilo, are you able to take the first left onto Alpha Bravo?
A firm Alpha Bravo is possible with error 8 Uniform Kilo.
Roger, left on Alpha Bravo, please.
Left Alpha Bravo with error 8 Uniform Kilo. Okay guys, so we are almost ready. A bit of traffic jam here onto runway 16 right. We have some very heavy traffic in front of us. He's now putting us on the left Alpha Bravo, so I believe he's trying to take us out before the A380, which is of course very nice for us. Probably due to wake turbulence. Nothing that we really have to worry about so much in this version of the sim. With the next one, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, actually, this would be something to worry about. So kind of cool that ATC respects these kind of issues. Let's see, maybe I'm right and we're just being parked here for other traffic. But yeah, so taxi checklist I have completed. We are take off.
With 8
No
Uniform
blue.
Kilo, wind calm, runway 16 right, clear for takeoff.
Was that for us?
With 8 Uniform Kilo.
With 8 Uniform Kilo, there's still traffic on the runway in front of us.
Oh, sorry, with 8 Uniform Kilo, I misread the call sign, sorry.
No worries.
That was for Sky Heaven 305 Whiskey. Wind calm, runway 16 right, clear for takeoff, sorry again. Runway 16 right, clear for takeoff. Sky Heaven 305 Whiskey.
Yeah, with the Uniform Kilo, the tag of the aircraft on the runway and your tag were overlapping, so I thought you were on the runway and the other traffic was holding short.
Okay, no worries at all. But I believe we are now good to...
The Uniform Kilo, line up and wait, runway 16 right.
Line up and wait, 16 right with 8 Uniform Kilo. Right, so cool. Sorry for this guy actually. A lot of white traffic here, but all these guys actually seem to be flying fantasy airline aircraft combinations, that's why. So let's go take off and TARA. Let's do the line up and then we are on our way. Wow, these engines have so much power, holy cow.
Sky Heaven 305 Whiskey, identified contact 125.5.
Okay guys.
Contact 125.5, Sky Heaven 305 Whiskey, bye bye.
Italia 1337, are you still on this? Italia 1337, are you still on this frequency?
Yes, I'm still on the frequency Italia 137.
1337, contact Roma 125.5.
Contact Roma 125.5, Italia 1337.
With the Uniform Kilo, runway 16 right, clear takeoff, wind calm.
Runway 16 right, clear for takeoff with her 8 Uniform Kilo, and thanks for the shortcut. Right.
0771, after departing traffic, runway 16 right, and
Let's go.
After departing
Stabilizing
traffic,
at
line up and wait
1.05
16
EPR,
right
which is
behind
around there.
Flight 877.
And let's go. Manflex 53, SS runway, auto thrust blue. Sneak peek at the engines. Yeah. Oh. Drifting off the center line here. That is 100 knots. Really high speeds for this takeoff, I like it. V1, rotate, nice and easy, airborne already. Positive rate, gear is coming up. I think Phoenix have really nailed that wing flex. Beautiful stuff.
With the 8 Uniform Kilo, identified, contact Roma 125.5, ciao.
125.5 for WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo, ciao. Alright, right hand turn. Yeah, beautiful.
0771, wind
climb
calm,
power.
runway 16 right, clear for takeoff.
16 right, clear to take off in shadow 771. Thank you.
Let's finish the turn and then we can dial 1255. Roma radar, good day. WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo passing 2400.
WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo, ciao, Roma radar contact, climb point level 240.
Flight level 240 WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo. Okay. That's acceleration altitude right there, so accelerating to 250 knots. Let's put in the autopilot, flaps 1.
We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin.
Level of detail is struggling to keep up for whatever reasons. Spoilers. Disarm. Taxi and turn off lights. We're at 10 knots, getting the auto retraction right there. And flaps up, speed check, flaps up. All right, guys, easy peasy. No trouble at all. I guess.
7305 Whiskey,
Why is it so warm in here?
124.2.
Let's dial down the temperatures a bit.
124.
Alright guys, passing 5,000. We are on our way to Warsaw, hoping for some ATC for the arrival as well. I will catch you later guys, enjoy! Alright guys, you heard it, down to 4,000. We are already QNH 1030. Yeah, we're closing in on Warsaw. As you can hear, it's quite busy on the frequency. We have an approach controller online, which is very nice. So finally getting a nice ATC flight recorded, which is nice because lately I've been flying so much offline. But yeah, here we are. So going down to 4,000. I'm gonna pull up the Navigraph charts. So we are flying the Lokta 5 November arrival, very straightforward enough arrival really. Having a speed constraint coming up there. And then we will land ILS Yankee runway 11, which is a normal ILS approach in case of a missed approach, climb of course 109 to Olbil. Then right turn, maximum 220 knots to FDEX, climbing to 4,000. Right.
Direct
Basek, WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo. Okay.
7 November Oscar, Warszawa approach and
Basek.
Climb flight level 240 identified.
I'm level 240, 7 November Oscar.
I'm thinking maybe to go flight level change. Maybe we don't even need to go the full procedure.
7 November Oscar, proceed direct Olila.
Direct Olila, 7 November Oscar.
250 knots. Let's go open descent. Maybe it's gonna save us to fly the full arm. Where was I? Right. So the airport. Runway 11 is not the longest one, but of course long enough.
Continue descent 3,000 feet.
Continue descent 3,000 feet WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo.
Eagle 110 descent altitude 4,000
And
feet.
yeah, so we have November 1, November 2, November 3, all high-speed exits to the left. And then we will taxi back on Echo and then Alpha or Mike, I think it is. Right, in terms of weather, wind 140 at 9, good visibility, overcast 1100, temperature 3, so low-hanging clouds and 3 degree. I think we need engine ice on. Landing lights are coming on right now. Other than that, runway condition is dry. I think some operators are actually never selecting dry, just good always. Just to give it more margin of error, I think. And
240 WizzAir.
yeah, so actually low auto brake would also still work, but I want to take one of the early exits, so let's go medium auto brake. And
hello again, passing 2000.
yeah, that's that. That's what we are planning.
ASEAN 149er, hello, Warsaw approach, identify 5, climb level
And yeah, other than that,
Flight level 240,
everything should be fine. We can in fact run the approach checklist, so bear reference is set 1030 on all three.
Eagle 110, stop descent.
Seatbelts are on. Minimums are set 582 barrel. Auto brake is medium and engine mode selector is normal. Approach checklist is completed.
Stop climb 5000, Russian 149.
Stop descent at 6000, Eagle 110.
Right, let's see. So maybe we get a shortcut to the final approach, which would be nice. Yeah, so that's 3000 over there. Yeah, I need to descend a little bit further, but then we should be fine. ProQuest, we can dial in the runway, so we have a good reference of how far it is to go on a direct way. Right now we are quite close to the runway.
Standby.
Yeah, so maybe we even need to go the full procedure. Although we have 5000
Eagle
below,
110, continue descent altitude 4000 feet.
so we can do a shortcut. Let's see. It's anyway up to the controller at this point.
ASEAN 149er, continue climb flight level 240.
Flight level 240, ASEAN 149.
Okay, WizzAir 18 from 0, contact Warsaw radar 12545, Warsaw approach is now closing.
12545 for WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo, bye bye.
Eagle 110, contact Warsaw radar 12545, bye.
125 Alpha wind.
Okay, that's unfortunate. He's closing down, but that's okay.
For takeoff, report Airbus.
Right, 29 for takeoff, Ryan and Navigraph.
WizzAir 36 Juliet, rescue request 5 minutes out.
Approved. Ryanair 870, direct Delta Bravo 443.
Direct Delta Bravo 443, Ryanair 870.
Warsaw radar, control hello, Ryanair 4 Hotel, flight level 240.
Ryanair 4 Hotel, Warsaw, hello, radar contact, flight level 360, correction 380.
380, Ryanair 4 Hotel.
Warsaw radar, good evening. WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo on the Lockdown 5 November, turning final for runway 11.
WizzAir Uniform Kilo, Warsaw, hello, radar contact, clear the ILS approach, runway 11, report established.
Cleared ILS runway 11 and will establish WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo. Alright. Got our call in there, which was I think quite important, because I do expect a lot of calls to this frequency now, and I think when he handed us off, he actually was considering that we might be the one, the most, yeah, with the highest priority. That's why he handed us off first.
When ready to send flight level 100, WizzAir 48 kilobars.
Okay, now we descended a little bit low, but that's okay.
Continue descent to 3000 feet, 110.
We're gonna hold 3000 for a while, and that's absolutely fine.
Descent altitude 4000 feet, QNH 1031. 4000.
Seeing some clouds, so let's enter 15, so we are still fine.
WizzAir radar, Austrian 149er, good evening, flight level 112.
Austrian 149er, Warsaw, hello, radar
Ooh, there's traffic over there.
level 340.
Flight level 340.
Surprisingly, still running 60 FPS at this point in time.
3 Alpha November, advisory 122 decimal 8,
It's
radar service terminated.
disappearing in the clouds. Nice.
Ryanair 870, contact Bremen 119er, decimal 630, bye.
Okay, we have 16 miles to run. Deceleration point is coming up.
Break with 8 uniform.
Let's go flaps 1.
Contact Warsaw, correction, Okęcie Tower 118305.
118-305, WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo.
WizzAir 577, Warszawa, cześć, radar
Okay,
contact.
so apparently there is a tower now.
340 direct 20.
340 direct 20.
305. Oh, I hate the scrolling in here. Okay, let's go approach mode. Let's go flap 2. Tower, good evening, WizzAir 8, Uniform Kilo, 10 mile final, runway 11.
WizzAir 8, Uniform Kilo, Kencha Tower, good evening, surface wind is 170 degrees 6 knots, runway 11, you are clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 11, WizzAir 8, Uniform Kilo. Okay. Let's keep the speed up a little bit. I think there is some traffic behind us, so might be appreciated by the controller. Glide slope is captured, so going relative to 4000 set. Spoilers are armed. Let's see, total air temperature 10, so let's kick on the engine anti-ice. Right. Down we go. Okay, that's 2000 radio altimeter, so let's go gear down. Signs need to come on. Turn off lights. I think takeoff. I think it depends on procedures by companies which lights to use for landing. Let's go flap 3, managed speed. Yeah, guys, so for the... I'm really looking for a hardware device to do my radio frequency tuning, because it's so annoying to look down here and tune it in here. So if any one of you has any good device which is recommendable, please put it in the comments down below. I really need to upgrade my system in that regard. Okay, landing checklist. EK memo landing, no blue. Landing checklist completed. Yeah, 3 degrees. Got really cold now below these clouds. Okay. Let's do some flying. Have the runway lights straight ahead. Bit of a crosswind, 11 knots.
1000.
Yeah, and so for the Sharklets, so as I mentioned in the beginning, it might be a little bit more floaty compared to the wingtip fences. Let's see how this landing turns out. Eight knots of wind. It's a cold November day here in Warsaw.
500.
I'm seeing 2 reds, 2 whites. Spot on the glide slope as well, so it seems to line up.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue. 3 whites.
100.
Last station calling unreadable. Check the radio, check the microphone.
40, 30, 20, retard, 10.
Come on, get down there.
Okay, tower left 359,
Just in time.
radio check.
Yeah, so it is definitely more floaty. I could really feel it, which is nice. I think it handles better than the wingtip fences.
Stand 37 with Oscar, quite clear to Warsaw.
Perfect, we can take the first high-speed 1 manual braking idle forward. Welcome to Warsaw, everyone. Let's vacate.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo, welcome Warsaw. Stand 9er7 for you via November Alpha Zulu Victor.
until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off.
November Alpha Zulu and Victor to stand 907 for WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilo.
Internet access.
Correct. EGN 110, surface wind 17
Right,
degrees 6 knots,
quick
runway 11
clean up. So we're turning left. November, then Alpha, okay, which is the outer one.
Plot 3859, you are clear to Wrocław.
Zulu and Victor, okay, so it's gonna be a bit of a journey to get there.
Out of runway 15, initially climb 6,000 feet, squawk 1000.
Agent Kilo 2389, clear to Wrocław, departure 15, Foxer 6 Delta, initial 6000, squawk 1000.
Let's finish the cleanup.
3859, impact fully correct, check weather.
Taxi lights,
and
strobes.
QNH 150.
Stand by and predictive wind shear and weather radar like this. Ooh. Landing system. Okay. Right, we made it. Touchdown rate 263, not perfect. Well, it's also a bit floaty and we were getting towards the end of that touchdown zone. But yeah, sure, room for improvement for the next flights with the A321, that's for sure.
Departure runway 15, low C6 Delta, initially climb 6,000 feet, squawk for you 4550.
Alright, stand 907 is towards the left. This aircraft really picks up speed, which I really like. I always enjoy having aircrafts which taxi well on idle power. It's just easier to control. Yeah, I need to. I was just while I was taxiing in, I was thinking I need to read up on how exactly you do the single-engine taxi in, which I think for an airline like WizzAir would be very realistic to do in this scenario. But anyhow, we are getting here, of course, also 2 engines. And a few more meters, and there we go. Park and brake. APU is running, killing engines 1 and 2. Engine anti-ice off. APU bleed on. Oh, we're getting a dance. Nice. Didn't get this one in a while. Gangnam style. That threw me off. Fuel pumps off. Beacons, seatbelts.
Deboarding requested.
Deboarding requested. That is indeed correct. Standby to 1000 on the transponder and parking checklist. Parking brakes are set, engines are off, wing lights are off, fuel pumps are off, parking checklist is completed. Ground power is available, beautiful. Cargo door, and then well, it is super cold, so it's not getting hot in the cabin, so I guess we can kill the APU bleed and APU master as well. WizzAir 8 Uniform Kilos on the blocks. Thank you for the ATC, good night.
Thank you for coming to us, so good night.
Okay, and so we are locked off. Right, yeah, so being on a remote stand, I think WizzAir is not that kind of company which likes to pay for gates. So, waiting for the bus to arrive. So this completes our first flight in the Phoenix with the Sharklets, and of course we are also very soon gonna try out the A320 with the Sharklets, that's for sure, but it depends a little bit on Microsoft 2024, of course. Yeah, I really don't know what's coming up. It's been hectic in terms of releases lately, and now with the new sim, of course, things are not exactly slowing down. So it's really hard for me to give an outlook for the next week's video, but we will find out eventually. And yeah, but I think I really like this update with the Sharklets. It's so much more than just the piece of metal here at the end of the wings. I really like the fact that we have different fuel tank options now. I like the handling. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like they have improved the performance once again, because I am surprised I could run it at close to 60 FPS coming into land here, so that's very cool. And yeah, also I like the ground handling. Maybe they've tweaked this as well. I didn't really read much into the changelog, but also ground handling feels a little bit nicer. I do like the wing flex even more. Maybe that has been altered as well. So yeah, there's I guess a bunch of stuff which was delivered with this update. So although right now being parked here, looks like these wings are still a little bit far up, in my opinion. Maybe not. Hard to tell. Alright, anyhow, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this VATSIM flight. And yeah, I will see you next week with a video, that's for sure. Just don't know which one's gonna be. So take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.